Hi, my name is Ron Hoppe. I'm the CEO of Main Street Asset Solutions. And over the last 10 years or so, we have been investors primarily in defaulted first and second trust deeds and mortgages. Over the course of these 10 years, I have met hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people that are also interested in the note business, some that are pretty successful in it. And over the course of this time period, I've been asked many times why don't you provide some kind of seminar where you can share your experience, your knowledge, the tools that you use, and what you think is important for someone to be successful in this industry. We have been reluctant to do that, and I think the big reason why is because there's so much stuff out there that is just no good. And I hate to say that, but it happens to be true. Let me give you a little bit of background about me. When I got out of college, I became a teacher. I taught high school and I also coached basketball. And I quickly learned that I did not like teaching. I simply did not enjoy it whatsoever. I loved the coaching part of it. So I went back to graduate school and I was teaching part-time at that time, and I was in a town where the Maytag company was, and I ended up going to work for the Maytag company, and my job was to train dealers. So I traveled around training Maytag dealers on successful operations, and I found out that I liked as much as coaching. And I think the reason is that in coaching and in this endeavor with the Maytag company, I was teaching people that wanted to learn. And I think that our company has been very forthcoming and very outgoing with the education that we have. We have sites on the internet. We do live casts, we do newsletters, we do blogs. We try to help people that want to be in this industry, but it's really hard to do from a very granular all the way up through the knowledge of operating the tools that are necessary and how to really be successful. So after much thought, much discussions and meetings with Chrissy and Tyler, we've decided, okay, we're going to put together a boot camp. And in addition to that, our decision was made much easier at the beginning of February, when Sabrina Allen agreed to join our company as an executive vice president, asset manager. Now, for those of you that don't know Sabrina is probably the foremost asset management person that is involved in this business. She teaches, she has worked for institutions as well as private investors, and she really knows her stuff. So, in addition to Sabrina, we also have Ingrid Maddox, who has a 20-year history of servicing for a major Nevada bank, and she is our executive vice president in charge of servicing. And so with the addition of these two people, we decided, all right, it's time for us to put together a boot camp, and we've decided to do so. So our first boot camp is going to be in Los Angeles at the 4 Point Sheraton Hotel, which is right near the airport, very easy to get to from LAX. And it's going to be on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, March 19th through 22nd. On Thursday, your instructor will be me, and we'll be covering why the note business. We'll be covering firsts, we'll be covering seconds, we'll be covering performing notes as well as non-performing notes. Now, we invest in all of this. We're not teaching you anything that we don't do. Please don't be too cool to go to school. I have been to virtually every guru's. I've either gone or I've purchased their information, their classes that are selling information in the note industry. I am not too cool to go to school, and my feeling is if I pick up one thing at any seminar, it was worth the expenditure for me. So I'm going to be covering what we actually do with firsts, with seconds, with performing, with non-performing. How do we handle institutional loans? How do we deal with seller finance loans? We're going to have some fun with money math, showing you how to enhance your returns with a simple use of a calculator. And we'll cover some of the note pricing things that we use. Now on Friday, your instructor will be Sabrina Allen and Ingrid Maddox. And they're going to talk about the actual workouts of these notes, how to really focus on the borrower. Our philosophy is you make your money when you buy the note. You don't make it on the backs of a borrower. And believe me, if you haven't been around this industry at all, if you get a borrower who wants to stay in their home, you have every opportunity to accomplish that goal because you're buying these assets at such a good price. They're also going to cover exit strategies, they're going to cover bankruptcy, cover managing risk, and they're going to cover real thoroughly the servicing obligations, the regulations, and the efforts you need to make as a servicer in confidentiality and procedure and policy and so on, that even if you're collecting and servicing only your note, you need to abide by. Saturday, your instructor will be Chrissy Jones, the president of our company, and she's going to be talking to you about business structure, the tools you need to run this business, how we utilize those tools, how to use them yourself, as well as the note sourcing and the lender and hedge fund relationships. Now Sunday is a very special day in that Tyler Hoppe, who is our Chief Compliance Officer, also a licensed California attorney. He's a partner in his own law firm, as well as being an owner and an officer in this company. He's going to talk to you about fundraising. We know there's a lot of people out there who have money on the sidelines. They're afraid to invest it in the stock market. The CD rates are pitiful, and they don't know what to do with their cash. If you understand the note business, you could start and manage a fund. And we want to show you how to go about that. We're going to show you fundraising. We're going to show you capital raising. We're going to teach, or Tyler will go through the Regulation D explanation and tell you how to deal with the Securities and Exchange Commission. And he's also going to talk to you about compliance, about Dodd-Frank, about legislation, about licensing. These are issues that are keeping people out of this business, and they don't need to keep you out if you understand them. Tyler's going to explain that to you. Everybody will be there for question and answers and so on. So the price of this is $2,997, and that is for a full, and I mean full, 4-day intensive boot camp training. Maybe more importantly, it can be free. How? It can be free because if you buy a note from us, we will give you that $2,997 off of any note that you buy. The registration is going to be held to 50 people because we want a small group. Lunch will be provided every day so that you have the opportunity to not only network, but to visit with our people. I'll be there, Tyler will be there, Chrissy will be there, Sabrina, Ingrid will all be there. Probably a couple other of our people will attend at different days so that you can meet them and find out how they do their job. So, if you're interested in learning about the note business, if you're not too cool to go to school, if you're really interested in buying a note, and your tuition can be used to purchase that note, then there is absolutely no reason for you not to attend. So I look forward to seeing you. If you're interested, please call Nancy King at 888-966-1256, 888-966-1256, or you can email info, I-N-F-O, at M-S-A-S Inc. That's www.m as in Maine, S as in street, A as in asset, S as in solutions, INC.com. Please register. We will love to see you there. Thank you very much, and happy investing.